Here I will be reviewing a general or broad search term and how to use the ProQuest filters to narrow down results with a broad search. So I'm going to start with the word obesity, which is a very broad search term, very general. Again, you can hit enter or click on search to get your list of results. And not surprising, because this is such a general and broad search, I have over 2 million results that have generated. Now, 2 million results is way too many and not likely to be helpful for my research. If you're not sure how to come up with terms or words that can help you narrow down your search initially, and you want to start with a very broad term like obesity, then you can use the filters to help you narrow down your results. So the filters are located on the left-hand side. One filter that is defaulted, which means it's automatically selected for you and you don't need to worry about selecting it, is the full text. That means that you will always get a full text article attached in your results. So you won't ever get just titles of articles or just summaries. You will get a full article always attached, which you can read. The other filters that are available are source type, publication date, and the other one that's very helpful is the subject filter. Some additionally helpful filters are language and location. So let me go over source type first. Source type shows you initially just 5 sources, but you can click on more to get the full list of source types available. Now, this will vary depending on your search term. I have a long list here of different source types because my term is so general and so broad. There are over 700,000 scholarly journal articles, over 600,000 newspaper articles, over 400,000 wire feeds, blogs, podcasts, and websites, trade journals, dissertations and theses, etc. Now, the source types that are most commonly used and accepted in community college research, such as for Rio Hondo College, will be scholarly journal articles, newspaper articles, trade journals, and magazine articles. Books are also widely accepted by faculty. You just need to make sure that they are academic and that it is acceptable to your professor and accessible through the database or elsewhere. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to select the top 4 most commonly used sources, which are scholarly journal articles, newspaper articles, trade journals, and magazines. And that alone will considerably lower the number of results that I have. Okay, so I have now over 1 million results, but it reduced my results by half, which is a great start. Now I can go by publication date. The presets are last 12 months, last 5 years, last 10 years, but you can also type in a custom date range. Let's say you need only from the last 2 years, or if your professor is very specific and says wants the last 6 years, you can make those selections here. I'm not going to select the publication date just yet. First, I want to go over some of the subject filters. So now for subject filters, subject is very helpful. I'm going to click on more because only a few are shown here. These are all of the subjects that are covered within my broad search of obesity. So you'll see obesity is the first subject that appears, and there are over 200,000 articles on obesity. And then the rest become much more specific related to obesity. So there's diabetes, body mass index, metabolism, risk factors, hypertension, blood pressure, women's health. And next to each subject, there's a number of articles related to that particular subject. So depending on what you're looking for and how specific you want to get with your results, you essentially will select the subjects that you want to include in your search and which ones perhaps you want to exclude. You don't have to click exclude. Just clicking include alone will make sure that you only get the ones that you're selecting. So this might take a while, especially if it's a long list like mine that's over 1 million results. But you definitely want to take your time to look through all of them to see that you're selecting everything that you need for your search. I'm going to cancel this for now and go on to language. Now, because these databases publish articles from all over the world, from academics all over the world, you will see many articles published in different languages. Now, the majority of the articles you'll see are in English, but in order to exclude all the rest, I want to make sure I'm including English only. Again, you don't have to click on exclude for all of these languages, but I'm going to do it just to demonstrate, to remove the rest of these languages and click apply. So that will get rid of a few thousand results. And you'll notice up here, my filters have updated. So these are all the filters that I have currently used for my search. If there's ever anything that you change your mind about, like perhaps, yes, I do want articles in Spanish, you can click this X and it will remove that filter and put those articles back into your list of results. Now, I didn't seem to select all the articles in different languages, but that's okay. And that was just a demonstration for you. Now, the other filter that I'd like to point out is location. Now, location is particularly important depending on your professor's requirements. Some professors only want articles from the United States or about the United States. And if that is the case, I just want to point out that these databases tend to select or separate articles that focus on specific states in the United States. So you'll see here is New York and here is California. There are 9,000 articles specifically on California. And if you scroll down further, you may find more, may not. There's Texas. And then this is US. So it's not listed as United States, but US, that still counts. Chicago, Massachusetts. So if you are interested in articles just on the United States, you would want to make sure you're selecting all of those individual states in order to include them in your results. Okay, so I've gone through and selected everything, and we'll click apply to make sure I'm only getting articles related to the United States. And that has significantly improved my results. I'm down to 218,000 results. So now if I were to select my specific subject fields, my results will narrow down significantly. And because I am discussing obesity, and because it is a health concern, perhaps I would want something more recent in the last let's say 10 years as opposed to 20 years. So I'll select last 10 years just to see how that helps my list of results. That helps significantly as well. So you see that the filters really do help narrow down your search and gives you an idea of what the filters can do. The subject terms will additionally help to narrow down your results. So take your time with those filters, especially when you're doing a broad general term like this, like obesity. And that covers ProQuest's filters with a general search term.